earlier this week, there was an explosive piece written in BuzzFeed in regard to R. Kelly and how parents have alleged or accused him of holding young women captive as sex slaves. Now, one of the women who is allegedly held captive is Joycelyn Savage, and she released a video claiming that, no, my parents are overreacting. I'm here because I want to be here. Now, whether or not she's telling the truth is up in the air. It's something that a lot of people are questioning, but I do want to show you 2 parts of the video so you can judge for yourself. Here is the first portion of that video.
That I'm in a happy place with my life and I'm not being brainwashed or anything like that. You know, it just came to a point where it definitely has gotten out of hand. So, you know, I just want everybody to know, my parents and everybody in the world, that I am totally fine. I'm happy where I'm at and everything is okay with me.
So you are not being held against your will or doing anything that you do not want to do?
Oh, no, not at all. I've never been feeling hostage or anything like that in that nature. Never.
So the accusations included that R. Kelly would take their cell phones away and give them a different cell phone that they could only use with permission from R. Kelly. There were also accusations that they had to dress a certain way and, you know, turn their backs to men in the room so the men don't check them out. Just, you know, manipulation and control. And the thing that makes these cases or these accusations extremely difficult is these women are of age, they're not minors, and if they're saying that they're there because they want to be there, because there's consent, then authorities can't do anything about it. But R. Kelly has had a pretty dark history involving women, including having to stand trial after a video was, I was gonna say leaked, which is not a pun.
Why is it a pun? Why would it be a pun?
Because in the video, he was seen urinating on a 14-year-old girl that he was engaging in sex acts with. I don't know how he got away with that case, but he got away with that case.
It had something to do with like the process by which the video was made available.
It was a technicality, yeah. So there's that. There's the fact that he married singer Aaliyah when she was like 15 years old, right? And that marriage was annulled.
Then released Age Ain't Nothing But a Number.
That's right, that's right. And so look, again, this is a difficult case because if the women say that they're there and it's consensual, cops can't really do anything about it, investigators can't do anything about it. But whether or not you believe what she's saying, I mean, that's up to you and your interpretation.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. Yeah. You saw a clip of the video. Later on in that video, they ask, so where are you?
Okay, we have that video.
Oh,
okay, so
okay, good. Because that's the part. But okay, but before that, she also says, I'm 21, I'll be 22 in 5 days, so I'm mature. If you're talking about how you're gonna be a different age in a certain amount of days, you're not as mature as you think you are. Like that's I'm 7 3/4 kind of talk.
Oh man,
you know?
I would
going
almost
on 8.
give anything to go back to 22 and be as immature as I was back then.
Yeah.
Those were good times. But the part of the video that I think was telling is what you're about to see. So take a look at that. And by the way, for those of you who might wonder who's asking the questions, it's someone from TMZ. They had access to this interview and were able to ask these questions. Take a look.
Are you currently in Georgia or where are you?
I'm not. No, I'm not. I wouldn't want to speak on that as well.
Are you with other roommates? Are you free to go from where you are?
No, I want to speak on that as well.
Okay.
So yes, those are that's what red flags look like. That kind of stuff. It's like I never felt like I was being held hostage. Okay, can you leave the house? I can't speak on that. Like. It is the fact that she does not answer that like a person and then it doesn't even know in which way she's allowed to not answer that question. That is so troubling.
Right.
What city she's in. And part of that might be because in the original reporting from BuzzFeed and later by Rolling Stone and Variety, they outlined the different possible locations where people might be located, including his rentals in Atlanta. He also has a Trump Tower location, and they have outlined who's where. Now, regardless of if she thinks that she is an active participant in this, and if she is okay, but I mean, the allegations are that there's like a 35-year-old woman who teaches these 19-year-olds how to have sex with him. It's strange. Now, I'm fine, like, there's a lot to unpack, but I think you can focus, if you want to focus on the things that are like, that is a giant red flag that leads me to not believe that these are consenting adults the way they assert they are in certain tiny chunks. It's red flags like this when she says, I can't say where I am.
And it's frustrating because there's really nothing that can be done if they're making statements saying that they're there because they want to be there.
Like, it's weird that like ideally, I hope they're all consenting 19 through 20-year-olds who are having like the weirdest pee sex. It's a weird world where I'm like, that's the best case scenario. They're peeing on each other and everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Sure. But I just can't believe that. And then there's other allegations over time, like the people who are filmed having sex with R. Kelly don't know they're being filmed. Now that's illegal. That's the stuff where I'm like, you broke a law. You just don't live it's not just that you're living in a sexually eccentric lifestyle. Like, I would be all in support of that, I guess. Theoretically, go for it.
If you like this clip of the Young Turks, you know there's a whole live 2-hour show, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern every day, and you can download it or stream it and watch it without ads if you become a member. tytnetwork.com/join.